Alright, we see Clint in the setup position here, and notice a couple of things. One is his hands are very high. I generally like the hands to start a little bit lower for rhythm and timing and to get the hands in sync a little bit better. So we'll probably adjust that some. As he begins the delivery, we notice that he brings the leg back. He doesn't move the hands until after the leg starts, and he gets the hands behind him. Hands go up and behind his head. They're almost touching his head. We can also see that they're out of sync a little bit with the leg. If we draw a straight line down from the hands, we can see that they're not in line with the leg, which is not in line with the body. So he's out of position a little bit there. And I'd like to make some adjustments with that. As he begins the throw, we can see that he uses the front foot a lot. He does go down with the leg, which is good, but the front foot reaches out and swings. Very common. See how spread out he is here. And one thing you'll notice in this spread position, in the complete stride position, I always look for the distance between the knees. And you can see here that it's a lot of distance between the knees. He is really spread out, and his knees are open instead of in. Also, when he starts to stride, this back leg is not put into use very well. We notice that his knee is over his foot. And it remains there. It remains in that position well into the stride. He doesn't set the back leg. And you can see this straight line between the knee and the foot. Even here. Even here. Not till then does it turn in. And it's not getting set at the beginning. So to set the back knee, the back leg, this knee needs to turn in before he starts to stride. We've worked on that a little bit and we'll continue to do so. As he throws, we notice how low he gets to the ground. You can see that his back foot, the top of his shoelaces are on the ground, and that his right knee is almost touching the ground. Because of this, he lands with a very bent front leg, which is a no-no. This also puts him behind his front leg, which is not a good position to throw from. As he continues, we see how low he gets. He's very low to the ground. And he's behind his front foot. And it's caused by the depth that he gets on the stride. And then it's almost like a recoil. You can see his head and body almost start to make a U-turn as he swings this back foot violently to the right and in front. And he winds up in this position because he has to gain his balance. And he's almost backwards to the hitter at the finish. Okay, now we'll take a look at the frontal view. Now from the front, notice in the setup again that his hands are high. Other than that, pretty good setup. His feet are a good distance apart. He's upright. And we notice that his head is in a position so that he can look at the catcher. As he begins, though, the hands have a lot of movement. They start down, then they're back up, then they're out. So we see that this is out of sync and a little too much movement with the hands. Okay, they start down, after they go up, down, and out. Okay. As he continues into the stride, notice that his takeaway, because the hands are so far away from him, that the takeaway has to be behind him. He has to pull the ball back out of the glove. Probably has too much forward lean in the stride. And too much weight back. We notice that we can see the bottom of the foot in the stride, which means that he is leading with the front foot, reaching with the front foot, and that his weight is back. As he throws, we notice how low the back leg goes again. It's almost on the ground. Notice that he leans to the left. Notice that his front leg is at an angle to the left. So he can't get any leverage off the front leg either. And then he finishes right on top of his left thigh. You can see how the front leg is bent, leaning to the left even more. And we see how low he is to the ground, which puts him behind his front leg. And then we'll notice the back leg violently swings around. It actually comes up and around as his head goes down. His glove touched the ground, probably to help him gain a little balance and keep from falling over. So we've got a lot of work to do to make some of these adjustments. We've had a good start, and hopefully Clint will continue.